Good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you for being here and welcome to Let's Get Together, building an online supportive community. Just holding the door open, waiting for everybody to arrive. Yes, welcome. Thank you for being here. Lovely to see you. This is a live launch event for something that I'm really excited about sharing with you, something that I'm hoping you'll find very exciting too. And so that's why we're here. We're going to talk about Let's Get Together, building a supportive online community. You'll see here that there's a option to ask questions as we go along. So please feel free to type your questions in and we'll get to them. My colleague Louise is helping respond to some of those questions. So we'll get to those as we're going along, but feel free to just type those in at any point. I'm aiming that we'll be here for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, depending on how many points of discussion you have. I guess what today is all about is to tell you about the Openforwards community, which brings together people who want to stop fear, shame, hurt and anger from controlling our lives. And I guess the plan for what I was thinking would be useful today is to tell you a little bit about who I am and why we're here. I show you what we have in store for the community and then answer your questions as we go through. So who am I? Well, my name is Jim Lucas and I'm a behavioural therapist and specialist in wellbeing. And I run what I think is fair to say a 5-star psychology enterprise based in Birmingham. And it's called Openforwards, and we offer individual counselling and psychotherapy. And we've got a team of therapists here with decades of experience. And our aim really is to go beyond the conventional wisdom to teach you powerful coping strategies that hopefully will make a difference for a whole lifetime, not just for the immediate future. And so we're one of the #1 cognitive behavioural therapy providers in the West Midlands, as well as leaders in innovation in psychological healthcare. So thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to tell you all about this online community in which we're launching. And as I said, the community brings together people who want to stop fear, shame, hurt and anger from controlling our lives. Why? Well, so we can develop our careers, improve our relationships and build the confidence to try out new experiences and take on bigger challenges. They are some of the key benefits that I think you will get, and there'll probably be others not mentioned there too. Now, some of these things are obviously not that easy to do at the moment. The pandemic has led to so many restrictions that cut us off from each other and stop us from going new places. Two of the things that for me make life worth living. Life is hard and we're struggling, and we're looking forward to that day when we can end this pandemic. But the difficulty is we don't quite know when that's going to be, and it's not much fun waiting around for that to happen. But I believe there's something that we can do about it right now. And I've long thought that there was a need for a community like this, long before COVID came along, because psychological distress is at an all-time high. When we look back through the statistics for things, like what are the leading causes of disability in the world? 30 years ago, depression was the 4th leading cause, but by 2015 it became #1. And 20 years ago, there were around 15 million prescriptions for antidepressants in the UK. 10 years ago, it was 40 million. And in 2019, it had gone up to 76 million. So that's around 8 million people getting prescribed at least one antidepressant. So if prescribing has rocketed and rates of depression keep going up, then surely this medical approach to suffering and well-being isn't working. And I think we have to ask the question, is it making us worse? Now, I understand that prescriptions help some people some of the time, but it's clear that we need other solutions. Okay, so what do some of those solutions look like? Well, I guess my training and my experience has taught me that human suffering is a problem of culture and evolution. And if we think about pain and suffering, they're not quite the same thing, I don't think. Pain is inevitable and suffering is preventable. Because when you have ambition, you're going to fail sometimes. And when you love fully, you're going to grieve losses sometimes. Pain's the price of living life to the full. When we push ourselves and get outside our comfort zones, it creates opportunities for reward, of course. You'll also have successes in your career, improvements in your relationships, hopefully, and discover new things about yourself. But if you've always seen yourself as an anxious person, then living life fully can teach you that you're more than that. Suffering happens when you try to avoid pain. And we know this, of course, but we do it anyway. It's how we've evolved and how society tells us to behave. We don't like feeling scared, ashamed, hurt, sad, or angry. So we try to push it away. We often withdraw from people, thinking that keeping people at arm's length, I guess. I guess it can be something like this, you know, why might I do that? Well, I might be thinking to myself that I won't hurt anyone or get hurt if I keep myself to myself, if I stay on my own. But the trouble is that that makes you feel more lonely and more hopeless. And long-term loneliness is not good for us. It's not good for our health. It actually makes it more likely that we'll die young. So it's pretty bleak. And while not always easy, staying connected helps us survive, helps us to thrive. So that's some of the background about why we are here and why I want to bring this community to you. I want to stop this pandemic of loneliness, of distress and mental ill health. And so how can we do that? Well, I think we can do that by focusing on three vital things. I think we need to build supportive connections and relationships in communities. I think we need to get the right information in your hands so that you know what to do about your struggles. And we need to be able to practice the skills that improve your health and well-being. So really we're talking about the right knowledge, we're talking about practicing the right skills, and we're talking about having the support that's going to help us persevere by applying those things. And that's what this community is all about. Now, I think powerful transformations are born out of working together. I'm a dad, and I would probably biasly say that I've got two beautiful and amazing children. And I bet that you would do anything to protect your children or your grandchildren. And I would too. But while also wanting to protect them, I also want them to experience all that life has to offer. I can't protect them all the time, but I can help them to feel safe in the world. And I can do that by showing them kindness, teaching them courage, openness, and wisdom. That's my promise to them. It's also my promise to you and this community, and I would love for you to join me. And here's what you can expect. Each month we'll be focusing on a different topic or a different theme. And so starting in February, we're looking at 8 ways to well-being. And then in March, exploring how to live well with a long-term condition, whatever that long-term condition may be, whatever it looks like. And then in April, focusing more on the area of work and looking at how we might manage work-related stress more effectively. And these monthly topics will shape the discussions that we have, will shape the things that we focus on. Each week, we can come together to take part in specific activities that I think will help us get to know each other, that will help us learn things, that will help us connect and build relationships. And so every Tuesday lunchtime at 1 o'clock, we'll be focusing on one new skill or one new lesson for the week. And then following on from that on the Wednesday, we'll be having a roundtable discussion where you can share experiences and discuss ideas. And so that's not me kind of teaching you something specifically, but as a group, us coming together, leaning on each other and learning from each other's experiences. We'll also have daily questions and polls to spark conversations. You know, things like maybe like this: what helps you fall asleep? What's your favorite activity to do with a close friend? Or who's been the biggest inspiration in your life and why? You'll also find online courses, specific things that you can work your way through each week. And our headline course that we're starting off with here is called From the Feet Up, which is 8 weeks of new information and exercises designed to help you, not to hello you, but to help you stop fear, shame, hurt, and anger from controlling your life. And everything in here will be recorded. So this isn't a sort of philosophical muse at life and what we can do, but really a sort of practical package of things that you can apply. And then the roundtables can be a useful way of sharing experiences about and getting other people's guidance on implementing that. And we'll continue to add new courses as we go along, based on the things that you feel that you want, the things that you are voting for. Okay, so I've got lots of ideas here about how we can build this community, and I want to do it with you. I want us to create a safe and warm space where we can share and explore different challenges and solutions. Okay, so where is all this going to happen? Well, I'm using a secure platform specifically designed for holding private communities, and it's called a Mighty Network. And I've test run this already. I ran a course for therapists last year, and we loved the way that it worked. It's got, you know, multiple benefits. It's so easy to use and move your way around. It allows you to post anything that you want and upload videos as well, just like you would in Facebook. So it has a very familiar kind of way that it looks and the way that you use it. You can also have group chats as well as private one-on-one conversations with people that you get to know. And unlike Facebook, it's a private and secure place that only paying members get access to. So you won't just find people wandering in who don't want to be there for the same reason that you do. And I think having this private network makes us feel safer, helps us have the conversations that we want to have. And so I think this is vital to building a safe and warm place. I don't think it would work on a public platform because we need to know that we're here for the same purpose. Okay. We have a clear set of guidelines and rules, and Louise and I will be moderating posts to ensure that everyone is acting in the community spirit. If you ever feel unhappy with what someone says, or you can report it and we'll investigate it. And we have a clear process for imposing graded sanctions should anyone be found to be in breach of the guidelines. And I think clear ground rules help a lot. You know, they help us feel safe and contained. It teaches us what to expect and what's expected of us. And I want to make our community a place where we can be kind, be curious, and be appreciative of our members. Okay. So how much does this all cost? Well, it costs £19.95 per month, and I'm offering a 14-day free trial so you can road test it, check it out and see if it's right for you. And I wanted to give you an idea of comparing this with things that you might pay for that would be similar to this, that would, but that to give you, to sort of convey really that it's hard to sort of apply things without the support of others. And so the course alone that is inside would be priced £195 if we were going to be selling that outright. And also behaviour change is hard, and that's why therapy often helps. And so, you know, on average, people in my experience maybe attend counselling for about 4 months on weekly sessions, which would total about £1,500. And so there's a saving here well over £1,500 altogether, approaching the 2,000 mark. And so you get a 14-day trial here to take part, use it as if you were paying monthly, and you won't be charged a penny until that 14-day trial is up. Yes, so that's the general overview of things. To sign up, all you need to do is go to www.openforwards.com/join-community. Yeah, for the price of 2 cups of coffee a week, you get to be part of this community. And signing up should be fairly straightforward and easy. Once you just go to that page, you can sign up to the plan, and then once you've done that, it'll automatically take you through to where you can create your account. You'll get your receipt emailed to you, which will also show you should you want to cancel your subscription at any time, as well as how to get straight into the community as well. Okay, great. So that's my very sort of quick 15-minute overview of what to expect. And I'm going to leave this up here, but I wonder if we have any questions at this moment. Please feel free to type in your questions. Anything anybody would like to know more about. Happy to go back over anything. Thank you, John. Be interested to know how this looks as well. Does this look interesting to you? Does this look like something you'd want to be part of? If not, what might your reservations be at this point? If there are any. Okay, so Cheryl's asking, what type of time commitment would you expect weekly? Well, I think it's there for you to use as often or as little as you would like. The course is there, and there'll be a live training session every Tuesday, and that will be recorded, so you can turn up live to that and use that as a way of scheduling your commitment to it. But you can, if the time is inconvenient, then you can also watch it back at a time that is convenient. And my hope is that those recordings will be enough in terms of to show you what to try and do and how to do it. And then the Wednesday roundtable is a chance to come together to discuss things in more detail and really to get to know each other. And I think that's the real sort of strength, really, of what we're doing here. This could be a standalone course where you log on and you just do things without much interaction with anybody. But I think that would be really limited in terms of what you would gain from it. And so that's why I want it to be a community package that not only are you getting to spend time with me, the community organizer and the therapist and the facilitator, but with each other as well. So it could be as little as a couple of hours a week, but it could also be anything more that you want to, anything that you want to participate. John says, I like the secure private place and expanding my support network, as this feels like a good long-term solution. Great, yes, that's what I was hoping it would be as well, John. Thank you for saying that. Any other thoughts or questions at this point? Is this something you would think you'd like to sign up to? Again, if not, you're not quite sure at the moment, what are your doubts about it? And I'd be happy to see if I can help with any of your doubts about it. Okay, so some of you may be going over to that right away, which is openforwards.com/join-community. Cheryl says, I like the idea of creating community and utilising peers as a community to draw on. Great. Janet says, how long will the roundup be and when? Is it best to try and see how it works? Yeah, my aim was that it would be for an hour. That'd be the time that we would try and work to. And I've got ideas about how to work that best. It would be on a Wednesday at 4 o'clock. That's my best guess at when I think would be a useful time for people. But I'm open to changing that time if, when people come along, that that people would say there's a vote, if you like, a consensus that it would work better at a different day and time of the week. And I want that to be evolved, really. I don't want that to be too structured in terms of, right, let's all do this. I want us to decide as a group what it would be, what would be the best way of running that. Yeah, thank you, Karen. That's very honest of you. Commitment is not always an easy thing to do. It's one of the reasons I think that I've scheduled in things for specific times to help you and others commit to a routine. I guess there are other ways that I might try to help you with that as well, that you'll get notified when activity is going on as well, so you'll get things sent to your email. You can choose how often you get notifications when you first sign up. Yeah, I mean, we are, I guess within the online course, we are looking at how we build up habits as well, how you might build a commitment to something. And it doesn't need to be big. You know, the exercises that I'm going to be covering are short. They're just 5 minutes long. And hopefully by them being that short, that they mean that you'll be more likely to find the time and make the time to do them. And I guess kind of one question you might have, well, if they're only 5 minutes, are they really going to make a difference? Well, I think, yes, they do. And actually, I've seen they do, you know, when I apply them in my life, and I've seen them apply in other people's lives too. And why is that? Well, it's because if you pick the right exercises, you can make them precise enough in terms of targeting the things to do with our thoughts, to do with our emotions, to do with our attention, to do with how we approach life. If we make those things precise enough, then that means that it can pack a punch in terms of what we're doing. It doesn't necessarily need to be more than 5 minutes long. Great. Okay. Any other questions or comments at this point? Okay. If anything comes up in over the rest of the day or over the week, and you want some clarity on it, you're welcome to get in touch. You can just email us, support@openforwards.com. You'll get a follow-up email just highlighting what we've just talked about today, as well as that link as well, openforwards.com/join community. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time. And I hope to see you inside the community. Yes, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.